This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba, and we're continuing in Mishna Berura, Daf HaShavua. We're beginning today Siman Yud Ches, so we're going to try to stay on track. Today we'll do one. Bez Hashem, we'll come back Thursday. We'll be on schedule, and we'll try to get ahead Friday. Okay, so because we're going to miss time on Yom Tif. Okay, says the Mechaber Siman Yud Ches Man Tzitzis. Says Mechaber Sif Aleph Laila Lavs Man Tzitzis. So the night is not a time of Tzitzis. The Imat Mirisa Oisai. It's excluded from Uriisam Oisai. You have to see it. So the night you can't see. Now L'Harambam, according to the Rambam, Kol Ma Shelo Yivish B'Laila Pater Afiluhu Miyuchal L'Yom. Whatever you wear at night is exempt, even if it's designated for the day. Whatever you wear at night is pater, even if it's a day garment. Whatever you wear during the day, chayiv afil miyuchad b'layla. Meaning, according to Rambam, it's dependent on the time. It's not dependent on the garment. A night garment is chayiv in the day. A day garment is pater at night. Ulaharash, according to Rash, ksus hamiyuchad b'layla, a garment that is designated for the night, pater, is exempt afil lo shavayam, even if you wear it during the day. Uchsus hamiyuchad l'yom, and a garment that's designated for the day, or for the day and night, chayiv afil loiv shabalayla, you're chayiv even if you wear it at night. Haga, usafik bracha is lahakel. Safik bracha is we are lenient. Halkein, therefore, ein levarich alav ela kishaloivesh bayom. You don't make a bracha on it only when you wear it during the day. And v'hu miyuchad gam kem liyam, and it's designated for the day. V'achar tfilas arvis, and after marav afal pi shadayin yomhu, even though it's day, ein levarach alav. If you daven early marav, even if it's day, don't make a bracha on tzitzis. Uvelel yom kippurim, unbelievable! Yom Kippur night. What do you say about that? Yisatev ba'oid yom. You should wrap yourself while it's still day, v'yivarech alav, and you make a bracha. How's that for siyata d'shmaya? Here we're in a random middle of Hilchot Tzitzis, and the Ramah says the night of Yom Kippur, wrap yourself while it's still day, because again, according to the Rambam, it's dependent on Parsha day or night. According to the Rosh, it's dependent on what kind of garment it is. So we say Safik brachas lahakal, that you're not going to make a bracha unless it's both day and a beged yom. Now I'm wondering why, according to the Rosh, Tzitzis is Zman Grama. Because it's not dependent on the day, it's dependent on the beged. What kind of beged is it? Let's say if the whole reason why women are pater from Zman Grama is you can't obligate them in mitzvahs that are governed by time because their time is not, whatever the svara is, why is this mitzvah governed by time? The mitzvah is not governed, the performance is not governed by time, it's the item. It's only an item which is designated for that. Okay, we'll have to think about that. Says the Mishna Berura laharambam Sivkan Aleph Mkamaka Mutter Latzos Shusram B'Leil Shabbos B'Talis Imatzitzis Lo Have a Masa. You're allowed to go out according to the Rambam to Rishus Harabim Friday night in a talis with tzitzis, and it's not considered carrying. Shehem Noi HaBeged V'Sach Shita, because the tzitzis are still the beautification of the garment and its adornment. Lahakel, hainu davka le'inyan bracha. That's, we're only safik brachas lahakel regarding the bracha. Aval also lubush ksus shalayla b'yoyim b'loy tzitzis. You're not to wear a night garment during the day without tzitzis, because according to the Rambam, you're chayiv. V'chein ksus shal yoyim b'layla. You can't wear a day garment at night without tzitzis. Mishum safik, because maybe the Rosh is correct. Umikamakam, nevertheless, makoim nira dehashatz. Umikamakam nira dehashatz halevish taz balayla. A shatz that puts on tzitzis at night ain't sorach livdaikat tzitzis. Why don't we say it's a beged yom? So now misafik, you should check it. V'chagoyin zeh bevadai nucha lismach al cheskasan shemikvar. Regarding this suffix is enough to say, you know what? You're allowed to, you don't have to check it. Even though, yes, you're mechuyev to wear tzitzis, and maybe you would say, it's a beged yom, so it's a suffix d'oraisa, but that's not going to be mechayev you in bedika. Now, let's say a ksus laila that you put on tzitzis, that according to the Rosh is pater. could you then say, you know what, I want it to be a ksus yoim? Or is that a problem of tasav loy mina asoy, and now you're going to have to undo the tzitzis? That's a shaila that's brought in the dirshu, that's a shaila of the Pri Megadim. Are you allowed to make tzitzis at night? Says the Pri Megadim, even according to the Rambam, that a beged hamyuchad liyoim is pater from tzitzis at night. You're allowed to make tzitzis at night. And the Aruch HaShulchan likewise brings that down. It's only that you're pater from tzitzis, you're allowed to make them. Okay. Says the Mishna Berura Sivkat and Gimel, Gam Kein Le'yom. Ksus that is miuchad for the day or also for the day. Perish Gam Le'yom. V'afilu Gam Yuchalayla v'chosh Gam Le'yom levad. According to the Rosh, it's Chayiv and Tzitzis if it's miuchad for the Laila and the Yom. Tfilas Arvis, once you daven Maariv, you don't make a bracha. V'tainis tzibor kishalov shem talis b'mincha. By a tainis tzibor, when you put on a talis b'mincha, yasir it's a talis kishiyagil l'barchu. Take off the talis when you get to barchu. Me'achar da'achshav in loiv shana talis ala mitzvah tzitzis. So again, on a tainis tzibor, when you put on a talis by mincha, you should remove the talis when you get to barchu. Why? Because why are you wearing a talis now? You're wearing it only l'mitzvah tzitzis because it sounds like you only have to put on a talis for the tainis, but for Marav you don't have to wear a talis. So you're wearing it for a mitzvah. So in Yira Olav, Yira Ki Lusar, the Laila's man tzitzis, so it's going to look like you think Laila is the man of tzitzis. When we call Makoim, Hashatz. Oh, this is talking about the people. And a tainis sibor, it seems like the minig was people wore a talis by mincha. So you should make sure to take it off for Marav. Why? Because when you wear it for Marav, it's going to seem like you're wearing it because you hold Laila's as man tzitzis, and Laila's not as man tzitzis. Now I don't understand why, but according to the Rosh, I'm chayiv because it's a beged yoim. So why can't I keep it on? It seems like you should not keep it on. The shel tzibur, if he's not wearing a jacket, she'ein kavod at tzibur l'kach, it's not covered tzibur, pshita lo yaseh talis, he certainly should not remove the talis. That's mashna that if he's wearing some kind of jacket, he could take off the talis. We're going to see later on, Sivkat and Hey, that the shel tzibur should always have on ituf, should always have on some kind of jacket. Rav Moshe writes in the Gurs Moshe that if somebody takes off a talis katan at night, he should not put it back on. Why? Because it looks like you hold Laila's Zman Tzitzis. It could be he holds it's not an isser only by a talis gadol. Rav Moshe seems to say if you take off a talis katan at night, you should not put it on. So I don't understand, why should I not put it on according to the Shita of the Rosh that a beged yoim is chayiv and tzitzis. Okay, let's go further. Uvelel yoim haKippurim. V'chol ha'over lefnei ha'teva tzarich lehisatef. Anyone who's a chazan, he needs to wrap himself, which means either in a talis or in a jacket. It sounds like a talis. Uvelechem chamudus kasav da'afa omer kaddish yasam lefnei ha'teva. Even someone who merely says kaddish, yisatev v'nei kvoid tzibor. Ve'ein mavarich alav, but he doesn't make a bracha on the talis. It sounds like wearing a talis. One should wear a talis. Whenever you are a chazan, you should wear a talis. Uvelel Yom HaKippurim Yisatef. Why? Lihidamois Lamalachim Shemu'utafim Levanim, to be like the angels that are wrapped in white. Therefore, don't remove it at night until after Maariv of Matzah Yom Kippur. It almost sounds like the Mishna Berura is saying you should sleep in your talis the night of Yom HaKippurim. Ba'oid yoim, avlam achar lesatif. If you came to shul late, if somebody comes to shul late tonight, ad alayla shuv lo yivarch, you can't make a bracha on the Talis. Hashem halacha karamba. Maybe the halacha is like the Rambam. Mashim devei Magen Avraham misif katan dal dafilu bein hashmashos muter levarich ad seis hakachavim. From the Magen Avraham, it's mash you're allowed to make a bracha even at seis hakachavim, even at bein hashmashos. Why? You hear this? Somebody comes to shul late tonight, and they get to shul after shkia. Could they make a bracha on the Talis? So it sounds like I would have said no, because according to the Rambam, it might be night and a suffix bracha. Says the Magen Avraham, no, you could, because by Tzitzis it doesn't say day, it says you should see it. And Ben Hashmashos you could still see. Masher Kozman Shinucha Lirois, V'chein Pasek Bal Derachayim, of a Sefer Matavram Risa Shemachmer, the Matavram is Macher about this. Achim Zeh Gufo Mestamik Varigir Ben Hashmashos. If you're Mesupik, the Ben Hashmashos come, Nira, it would seem, the Bevadai Yuchal Levarich, you could definitely make a bracha, the Belav Hachi, because, even if it's not a suffix ben hashmashos, das hatois rosh l'ksus yoim chai b'layla. What about the rosh holds a day garment? You can make a bracha at night. V'ha'gra b'virom etzalei gam ken l'shitazu. The gra primarily goes like the rosh ayin sham. I think it's pretty amazing that pinked Erev Yom Kippur. A good chunk of what we learned today is hilchos tzitzis for Yom HaKippurim. The bottom line is one should try to get to shul tonight before shkia to make a bracha before bein hashmashos. If shkia has already come, it seems like this. The Magen Avraham says you can make a bracha. The Matei Ephraim is machmir. If you're not sure if it's bein hashmashos, then you can make a bracha. Okay, Rabbi Sai, we'll pick it up as Hashem Thursday. I think what we're going to do is Thursday will be a double header because both are short. This way we'll get ahead for the following week. Okay, Rabbi Sai, have a good day. And a good gebench jar. Everything should go well for everyone. Have an easy fast. Kol tov. Good yar, Rav Asher. Kol tov. Good yar.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.